Hey gamers, so I'm watching the opening cinematic of Hell Is Us. It's feeling pretty serious, and I'm sitting back in my recliner laughing like a 10-year-old boy, thinking the main character looks like a more serious Will Ferrell with his man perm. All jokes aside, let's throw a cap and poncho on to cover up that perm and get into what really makes this game unique and stylish. There are two questions you really need to ask yourself to determine if this game is for you. Do you like a game that prioritizes exploration and solving mysteries over anything else? And do you like minimal hand-holding and figuring things out on your own? If your answer is yes to both of these questions, then this game is definitely for you. Organic exploration and solving the many mysteries with minimal hand-holding are what gives Hell Is Us its signature style, setting it apart from many other games. It keeps you guessing at every turn, shrouding you in mystery. This game's just built different. It shatters that common navigation blueprint of having maps and quest markers pointing you exactly where to go. There's no useless side activities, no yellow paint, no compasses indicating you're 20 meters from your destination. You're not aimlessly running around collecting 200 feathers that give you no rewards. You're not doing bland side missions that all feel like the last 10 you just did to get another skill point. You're not riding a horse around to 100 different fast travel points to lift a bunch of gray fog from a part of a map just to reveal 25 more points of interest with no value. All you get in this game is a compass and a data logger that adds clues and information to the main storylines and side activities from people you talk to and items you find throughout the world. You then utilize that information using your own detective skills to solve the many mysteries the game offers. Nothing in this game feels tacked on. Everything has a purpose. Exploration stays interesting throughout because that unique style carries over to all other aspects of the game. There's an underlying theme of raw human emotions of rage, grief, terror, and ecstasy. The people you talk to and the game's powerful soundtrack evoke these emotions. Even the main enemies, called Hollow Walkers, have these haze connected to them that are essentially a physical manifestation of these four emotions, using colors to convey them: red for rage, blue for grief, green for terror, and yellow for ecstasy. The weapons that you discover in the game are altered to one of these specific emotions, literally changing their physical appearance and allowing you to equip different glyphs to the weapon to use unique abilities. Rage glyphs are aggressive, using very damaging abilities like red spikes that come out of the ground and fireballs that are launched at the enemy. Terror glyphs are about luring the enemies into traps, turning invisible and sneaking up on them, or sucking the life out of them. Grief glyphs cause damage over time to the enemies, sometimes with you sharing in the enemy's pain and taking damage yourself. Ecstasy uses dazzling attacks and stuns. The world of Hadia that you navigate has these beautiful yet bleak environments, keeping you on your toes, not knowing what you may find around the next turn. Each region is diverse, yet unsettling, giving you that eerie, grim feeling that makes your hair stand up on end. Even each dungeon you discover has a theme tied to a specific emotion. The world feels grounded within a real setting, yet the dungeons, creatures, and mysteries provide this profound feeling of something out of this world. Everything in this game is intentional, with meaning behind it. If this video is helping you better understand what makes this game stand out, whether it's the right game for you or you're just enjoying the content, please convey your emotions by giving this video a like and subscribing. Alright, enter the main character Remy, who is essentially the light and hope that tries to shine through the game's grim, eerie darkness. What starts out for Remy as a difficult but straightforward task of him trying to find his parents turns into something much more, a discovery of a mysterious calamity and branching complex paths to find out what's going on in Hadia, who's involved, why are these things happening, and how to stop it. Hadia is ravaged by a civil war between these two different factions of people, the Palomists and Sabinians, who hate each other to their core due to differences in their religious beliefs. Then the Hollow Walkers and Haze are added on top of that for even more hell on earth. Remy eventually finds out that his father is actually connected to this whole plot. Throughout the game, the cinematics show Remy being captured, drugged with truth serum, and being interrogated by this human-like person in a black suit. Who the heck is this guy in the black suit? Why is Remy being interrogated? At what point in the story is this interrogation actually even happening? There are so many questions and mysteries to the main storyline that need solving, and it motivates Remy and the player controlling him throughout the rest of the game. The main storyline is accompanied by a bunch of different side activities, referred to as good deeds, mysteries, time loops, and research. All these activities in the game have clues that you will need to discover and piece together to complete. The main side quests in this game are referred to as good deeds because Remy ends up helping people throughout Hadia, no matter which side they're on, and bring them hope, or at least some peace back into their lives. One example of these is the good deed called Land of Milk and Honey. I walk up to the village of Jova, seeing the bright lights off in the distance cutting through the Akasa marshes and soldiers crawling through the streets like ants. I remain silent and head through the edge of town and find this house. I climb down its rickety ladder in a dark and damp bunker below this house, and as I turn the corner down another hallway, I faintly hear what appears to be a baby crying, "Wah! Wah!" I get closer and closer as the wails become louder. I turn another corner, look down, and see these empty baby bottles and an old woman holding a baby named Uli. The woman's frantic, rocking the baby to try to console him while he's starving. The woman's voice is shaking as I ask who she is, terrified of what might happen if her and the baby are found, because she's a Palomas woman that made a promise to the mother of this Sabinian baby to keep him safe. The woman rationed the baby's milk as best she could, but finally ran out, with no idea what else to do. If she tried leaving where she was, her and the baby would likely be captured and killed. As I climb back out of the bunker and continue exploring the village, it hits me. There was a cow named Betsy in a small pasture outside of Ernest Cadell's house in the Sinedra forest. I wonder if that is where I can get some milk for the baby. I find the closest fast travel point to head back to my APC vehicle and travel back to Sinedra Forest. I speak with Ernest again, and he indicates that he doesn't mind handing over some of Betsy's milk, as long as it's for a Palomas baby. With disdain and hate in his voice, he says, "Don't feed any of those Sabinian bastards with that milk now, you hear me?" With the milk bottles filled, I return to the worried woman in the village of Jova, completely ignore what Ernest said, and hand over the milk to the woman to feed the Sabinian baby. With a smile that lights up the darkness of the bunker, the woman says, "Blessed be his gaze. You found some milk. This is how we defeat the serpent. Small acts of kindness, like this one. Yuli has a chance now, thanks to you. When the time is right, Yuli and I will escape Jova. I have enough milk to keep him fed and quiet for the journey. Yuli and I thank you again for your kindness." I see the Land of Milk and Honey, good deed accomplished, pop up on the screen, and it filled my heart with warmth knowing I helped this woman and baby prevail in this hellscape. As a dad myself with a little baby, these kind of things in games just hit harder than they used to. Plus, the game also rewards you with a very useful active relic named Call of the Griffin for completing it. Call of the Griffin is one of the first active relics you get in the game, and it doubles your stamina recovery speed for 3 minutes, allowing you to spam attacks. This is just one of many examples of how talking to someone can lead you down a path to starting a side quest, which can then lead you from one region to another, talking to more people, and triggering clues to something that you may not even have thought mattered to you when you saw it before. Like Betsy the cow. Unless you have a photographic memory, you'll definitely need a notebook to write down various hints and clues that are provided to you through people you talk to, letters or notes that you find, and items you pick up. I felt like a detective, and I'm looking at my wall in my living room thinking, man, I need one of those massive investigation boards hung up on my wall, with the post-it notes and strings pinned to all the different branching clues. While some of the clues and the solutions to the various puzzles are found fairly quickly in the same region, other clues to puzzles can span across multiple regions with hours of gameplay in between. Or you might need to find multiple things to complete that one puzzle. Each person playing this game will find some of the puzzles easy and some difficult. The most difficult puzzle I've come across so far was actually part of the main storyline, but for other people it may be a good deed side quest, or maybe a puzzle to unlock a secret room. It's so rewarding once you figure something out that wasn't handed to you on a silver platter. That is what makes this game so powerful and unforgettable. That is what makes this game a style all its own. I would like to hear if you plan to pick up the game, or if you already have it, what was your favorite part? Did you have any struggles with the puzzles in the game? What was the most rewarding objective you completed? Please drop a comment down below. If you would like to find out about another great third-person action-adventure game to play that's mind-blowing in a creative fantasy and sci-fi world, or are interested in a JRPG with turn-based mechanics, or maybe action-adventure games just aren't your thing, and you want to play a great Souls-like game, then check out these other 2 videos of mine. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep on gaming.